Today's gonna be reading on what kind of magic is sort of in the essence of your soul. What magic fuels your magic? Sort of like what your magic is rooted in, like the very essence, like the very root of it. So the first pile is going to be this opalite. The second pile is going to be this broken pendulum. It's a moonstone pendulum. And the third pile will be this red carnelian. Pile 1, you chose this opalite for your reading. Let's see. Spirit, give me an energy on pile 1. What type of magic is pile 1's fuel? What type of magic is pile 1 rooted in? We have 8 of Pentacles. We have the Chariot. We have the 3 of Swords. And we have the 3 of Cups. So, a lot of you may have made your 7th house placements, or all of your close friendships in your life tend to be very significant, or very intimate, even when they're just platonic. I feel like part of the magic that just comes to you easily and naturally is being able to communicate with people and talk to people on the same level as them. Like, you can meet people on the same level that they're at, and you can really hold a conversation with someone where y'all both understand each other and really get those ideas across. Not only that, but these conversations always tend to run really deep or have a long-lasting impact on the people you're close to or have been close to in the past. So there's just this sort of magic in the way you talk and interact with people. And I'm hearing like especially the way you love people. Like, definitely a huge part of the magic that is just at the very base, at the very root of your soul, is the way in which you express love out to the world. Because it's always like your love is a sort of, your expression of love in your soul is sort of outwards to other people. Like, it's like your love in general tends to be intrinsically tied with just the entire world. You are very admiring of the people around you, and you kind of just respect everyone in a way where you see the beauty in everyone and everything. And so you can easily meet people on the same level as them because you hold this respect and this restrained and, kept with boundaries love. Like, you're never crossing people's boundaries, but you always come into a situation with like love and understanding towards others. And so that's what makes your way of communication so magical, because you're able to communicate with people so clearly because you're coming from a place of love and understanding. And that's what makes your friendships so meaningful. People feel like their friendship with you is magical or very fulfilling, and that brings a lot to their lives. Or maybe just the activities you do together with other people make them feel like, I don't know, it's just strange or unusual or interesting. and it has a sort of magical quality to it. I'm also hearing, like, for some of you, you're a conjurer or a manifester at heart. Like, the way you speak and specifically the words you say have a very powerful energy, and you have a very powerful ability to manifest Pile 1 with any of the words you say, or even the thoughts you think, but especially the way you speak, like the way you say the words you say. Manifest things without you realizing it, Pile 1. Like, I don't think you realize how strong this ability is that you have to, that your speaking ability, and how strong of an influence you have over people with it, or have over the world with it, because you can just shift the material world with only your words and your manner of speaking. You would be very good at spellcasting or manifesting or subliminals. I'm feeling like for you, a career path or just sort of a life path that has to do with healing not only yourself but other people is going to be very important to you, because your soul is sort of rooted in loving other people. Like, that's sort of a huge part of your magic, is loving other people. And loving them in a way where you, like, are communicating them and giving an exchange of information to help each other along the way. Your love is very communicative and helpful and open, where you're like, you're giving other people puzzle pieces or building blocks to help them fulfill their own world. Also, with this Eight of Pentacle karma here, I'm feeling like an interesting part of your magic is your ability to overcome karmic cycles or karmic debts, or even karmic persons or people or entities, or curses. Maybe you're like maybe Pile 1, you're the person in your family who's like the first one to be breaking the family cycle or whatever, or the generational trauma cycle. And it's like, it's not that it's easy for you. Like, it is extremely hard, and you have to work really hard to be able to heal the way you do. You're a very strong person. But I feel like you're not sitting here and giving up. You're not sitting here and being like, oh, there's no hope, I should just give up. You're constantly going to keep going and keep trying to move forward and take steps towards that healing. Like, you're not the type of person to just, like, I don't know. It's just like you have this innate knack for moving forward or healing or seeing the bigger picture in the situation, like Sagittarius energy of just like realizing that, you know, despite what has happened, things are going to have to still move forward. So we have to do what we can now to, you know, change that to change things as we move forward, so it doesn't have to be as bad as it was in the past. And it's like, you always have that in mind. You're always acknowledging that in situations. So it makes you very good at not holding grudges, not getting stuck in your head and being like stuck on situations. It just makes you able to move on. And it's not even necessarily a magical thing. It's just who you are. It's a huge part of who you are. It's the essence of who you are. It's just someone who's trying to progress the world, trying to move on, and help others move on emotionally and karmically, especially karmically. Like, I'm feeling like in this lifetime, you're not only repaying a lot of karmic debts for yourself from your past lives, but you're helping a lot of other people, like soul contracts, karmic soul contracts. You're helping a lot of other people to force themselves to change their karmic cycles, to like finally force themselves to change karmic cycles they've been holding on to for many lifetimes. And it's just something really helpful about your energy and really helpful about your magic. That is the magic that you're bringing to the table that will inevitably end a lot of people's karmic cycles and help a lot of people to end their own karmic cycles for them. And any karmics you get in this life, any karmic people or situations always end up becoming really extreme or intense for some reason, because you're sort of meant to be the catalyst for the final ending to long karmic cycles, a lot of different long karmic cycles over your lifetime. And this might be something that's intrinsically tied with your magic, or the process of you putting your magic out into the world is going to have those effects. Your magic might be a little like overwhelming for you, or might be a little exhilarating, or it feels like it's going faster than you are, because I just feel really overwhelmed and like exhilarated and pushed forward in this reading. Like, I just can't stop talking. I feel like I need to get it out of me. I feel like it's really detrimental for you, Pile 1, in this lifetime to express your magic, because if you don't, it's going to bring a lot of repression, a lot of pain, a lot of like mental issues or mental imbalance. So you're definitely not meant to repress your magic or the expression of your magic towards others in this lifetime, because it's a huge part of your karmic cycles, and it's a huge part of helping other people's karmic cycles. And basically, if you tried to silence your magic, you'd be silencing your own voice. And it'd be bringing you a lot of pain here with the 3 of Swords, because basically by using your magic, you're healing a lot of pain. Like, the root of your magic is healing. You're healing with the love you bring other people. You're healing with the karmic cycles you're helping other people end. It's a healing energy. But for there to be healing, there has to first be pain to be healed from. And it's like, this pain is something you innately understand, Pile 1, because you've been through it so much. But like, and I feel like you know that the ticket to helping yourself heal through this pain and cope with this pain in your life is to express your magic out to the world, or express your unique kind of love out to the world, or whatever it is you're bringing to the table with your conversation that you're bringing to the world. I feel like you realize it's a healing thing, but part of you is scared because of the vulnerability it takes to bring out that magic in the world and share that with other people, even though you might have been shunned for it before in the past, or still get shunned to it to this day. But I think you need to realize, Pile 1, that like, again, repressing this is going to only bring you a lot of pain, and keep you in a karmic cycle. Not only that, but it's going to cause pain to other people, because it's like, you're divinely meant to like have the courage and strength to show your magic even though you're scared. And if you don't do it, if you just repress it and repeat the karmic cycle, then a lot of divine healing that was meant to happen is not going to end up happening. And so I know that's a huge responsibility, but a lot of it falls on you and the choices you make in the present, if that makes sense. Like, for you to be able to actively choose your own healing is a huge part of activating your magic and making it glow the most. And also, not only that, but accepting your pain, acknowledging what was your pain, how that pain has affected you to this day, how it's still the pain that you still experience to this day, how that affects you now, and how you cope with it. Really going in and doing the shadow work and reflecting on how you deal with those things, and how you in turn express it out to the world. I feel like it might be good for you to like help heal others by maybe expressing what you've been through, like telling others what you've been through, telling others your story or the specific pain and hardships of your story, because it might other people might relate to it on a very deep level. There's something about your pain and the hardships that you've been through in life being very like, if you told other people about it, a lot of people would relate to it and benefit from hearing that story. And your experiences from that and how you cope with it, because it's it's very akin to a lot of others' experience, even though your experience is very unique, Pile 1. And I feel like part of the magic of who you are, part of the essence of who you are, Pile 1, is someone who is not afraid to be vulnerable and to have that courage and strength to express those vulnerabilities, even though you are scared. And that's so magical. Like, you have this pain and fear even while you're expressing your magic because you're scared, you know? But you still have the courage to do it despite that. And that not only is helping you heal your own pain and realize a lot of things about how you were hurt in the past, but it inspires other people to have courage. Like, it inspires other people to think, oh, I see Pile 1 doing this, so, you know, I could do it too. Why not? Like, you are sort of a catalyst for helping people, and especially the new generations, realize it's okay to share that vulnerability with others and acknowledge how much strength and courage it takes to do that, and to acknowledge and really respect that in everyone when they do end up doing that and speaking their truth. Because I feel like a lot of society problem come from repressed pain, like collectively repressed pain, because of a social stigma that, you know, it's not really okay to talk about those kind of things. It's only okay to talk about those kind of things in certain situations. And so a lot of people just repress a lot of things because it's just become normal for them. And it's like, part of your essence of your magic is to break that cycle in the next generation and the entire world, is to help break that cycle by showing your own vulnerability and being able to be so open with your expression and your love and your magic that you are just open with your vulnerabilities. And it's very deep and moving to other people. I don't think you realize that, but it's very moving. It shifts a lot of perspectives, and you're meant to sort of help shift that perspective in the collective, because there's a lot of repressed pain going on in the collective that has been going on for a very long time, and it needs to be released eventually. Final card, because I meant to keep this reading short. I'll try to keep this description short with the Chariot here. You know, I feel like to feel more connected with your magic, just try and stay balanced, meditate, take deep, balanced breaths. I think of the Temperance card. Just have temperance with your actions. Don't get too caught up in the past or the future. Just try to keep your routine balanced towards what outcome you want to see in the present, if that makes sense. Stay grounded, because your magic sort of keeps you on the very, can keep you overwhelmed, and it's good for you to stay grounded so that your magic doesn't become out of balance. But the essence of your magic is, in fact, the Chariot here, so it is balance. Like, the essence of your magic is light and dark coming together to create a pathway. And I feel like you need to understand and reflect and acknowledge your light and shadow sides, so you can see what path you want to take in your life, or see your path clearly, that where you are right now, and where you're going and what you're doing right with what you have right now. So yeah, you might be very connected to the moon or the ocean, or the moon and the ocean might enhance your magic a lot. Yeah, like, I'm hearing the essence of your soul, of your magic, is like the moon. Like, the moon is part of the essence of your magic, is very like subconscious world energy. And with Cancer representing the Chariot here, of course, your magic again has a lot of karmic qualities to it. Karma is very powerful. It can either be good or bad, you know, and I feel like with you, like, you have a lot of powerful energy with this deep magic you have to shift karma in the world, either towards a bad way if you're not healing yourself, or towards a good way if you're working on yourself, which it feels like you are, because part of your magic is being able to keep moving on and working on yourself because you see these karmic cycles. And you have empathy towards them with the Chariot with Cancer here. You have empathy towards karmic cycle in yourself and in other people, and you want to help heal that in the world and the universe. You want to bring that to the table. So, okay. Hi, Pile 2. You chose this Broken Moonstone Pendulum. This is going to be your reading. So, some of you might have purple aura, might have very strong third eye. I feel like your power comes from the infinite light, like the infinite light of consciousness, infinite light and love. Like that's where your magic is rooted. I'm also feeling like your magic is rooted in meditation, keeping a clear head, like literally just clarity and light, nothing but clarity. So there's a certain mercilessness, or inevitability to this power of just like justice, I guess you could say, if like everything returns to balance. And I guess you could call it unforgiving. It depends on how you look at it, but suffice to say, your magic is rooted in the truth and nothing but the truth, the absolute truth. Spirit, give me some cards for Pile 2. What is Pile 2 magic rooted in? What is the essence of Pile 2's magic? We have the Tower. We have the Eight of Swords. A lot of you might be extremely watched over by ancestors because your magic is extremely powerful, or rare. And so your ancestors be watching over you because of that, or watching over the family magic. Maybe it's like maybe a passed down generational magic. For some of you, like for some of you, you might like be able to see beyond the veil or see the dead, talk to the dead. You might experience weird things that seem like they're not reality, but they are in reality. There's sort of like glitches in the matrix almost. We have the Star. So whatever your magic is, it puts you in a position of spotlight where you inevitably have people watching you. So maybe that's why you're so protected by your ancestors, because your ancestors know like that you're in a pool of sharks because of the power you have. It's like when your power awakened, the blood was spilled, and now all the sharks are lurking. Like, for some of you, it might be blood magic, but that's only for a few of you. That's only for barely any of you. Blood magic is kind of rare, especially for it to be passed down generationally. But either way, this magic is something that like flows through your veins. It's not something you could really escape from even if you tried. For some of you, you might even see your magic sometimes as a curse because of its nature of you being able to not being able to control it really. I are having limited control over it. Really, it controls you, I guess you could say. So that can be a little alarming for you, even if you do have family guiding you through it or talking you through it, or ancestors talking you through it. I'm hearing not everything is what it seems. So maybe you have a really complicated, like, family drama or something. For some of you, your magic itself is like, maybe it seems really dark to others, but it's actually the truth, the light, like pure light, purity. On the contrary, for some of you, it seems really light and pure and truthful to others. And on the inside, to you, it's actually very dark and shadow world. Shadow side, shadow self. Or it could even just be very hard for you to have to experience, even though everybody else enjoys it. Either way, I'm hearing that, like, whatever your magic is, nobody but you is ever going to understand it fully. Like, even if your family or friends say they understand it and are guiding you through it, something in particular about your magic, pile 2, is different than all the other magics before. That might have been, if it's a generational magic, it's different from your family's magic before. It's almost a hybrid or something, a new kind of breed. And then for others of you, your magic is just so unique that, like, nobody could ever understand it or understand your experience of it, because it's just something only you can experience. So, like, other people are going to experience your magic a certain way, where they could be fearful of it or they could like it or whatever, but however they experience it, it's going to be completely far away from what the actual experience for you is. That's kind of what it might mean for it to be like, not everything is what it seems, because your magic can usually seem to be one thing and actually end up being another, since truth is very often paradoxical. Either way, I keep saying either way. Your magic does not matter. Either way, anyway, no matter how it happens, your magic's coming in like a bolt of lightning, and like, it's like, it's more eternal than time. You know what I mean? Like, it's just how it is, and it comes suddenly. It comes so suddenly you don't even know if you didn't even see it coming. It's like how death comes suddenly. It just happens to you. You don't really get a choice, but it's inevitable. Like, it's the same kind of inevitability and suddenness that your magic is rooted in. Like, the essence of your magic is being very startling and very bringing about a lot of change. Like, being the catalyst for extreme and quick, sudden change. In the material world, especially. You might speak out about truth publicly, and that, for some reason, your voice in particular rouses a lot of domino effect of events happening. You're strongly protected here, though, with the 8 of Swords, like, very strongly protected. It's like you could literally be flying through a lightning storm, butt-ass naked, and the lightning wouldn't hit you. It's like, even the smallest things, you'd be protected over, pile 2. It's weird. Maybe that's part of the essence of your magic, is just like, because you're such an embodiment of the truth, no matter what situation you're in, you can always come out with a better outcome. You can always come out with the outcome that benefits you. And it's weird, because sometimes it might even get on people's nerves, because they're like, no matter what I do, no matter how hard I try to get on pile two's nerves or to hurt pile two or to do this and that to pile two just turns it around and makes it their own thing, or makes it better, or completely sabotages what I wanted, the pain I wanted them to feel. It's like you make a whole creative process out of it, or you make a whole lesson out of it, and it's like you're not just gonna let the situations that go on in your life knock you down and keep you down, or you're not going to let yourself feel trapped and stuck. You're going to be like, I'm taking this energy that's keeping me trapped and stuck, and now I'm going to use it to my advantage to help me get even farther than I was before. It's a very powerful and ambitious energy where you could kind of do anything you want with your life because you bring truth to any situation. You make a situation better than it was before just by coming into the situation, any situation. So that's a huge essence and root of your magic. It's being able to transmute energy into the light, basically, into something more pure and more balanced. And you do this like a strike of lightning, like lightning striking, just immediate, sudden change. And you tend to be very lucky. That's also a huge essence of your magic. It's just being lucky, like weird events happening to you, weird synchronicities that are just too good to be true. You're just lucky. And I think it's just because the universe likes to bless you because you embody the truth so well, where you make situations better by changing them the way you do. You're just such a live wire, and like the universe adores you and bestowing all these crazy gifts onto you. And then with the star here, the light is going to be in the spotlight. Like, I'm sorry, like, you are in the light, then you are the spotlight. If you are the light, then you are the spotlight. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. And maybe you've struggled with it in the past, that you wanted to express your magic, or maybe you didn't even want to express your magic. You wanted your magic to go away, and you just have no choice. And you're upset because you have no choice about the spotlight it puts you in, or the expectation it puts you in to have this power. Because even you feel the toll of that extreme power, that why your ancestors are so bent on being protective over you, and why all these hungry sharks are in the water wanting to grab a bite. It's just like you recognize just how powerful it is, and it takes a toll on you. The effects of that power on other people and how they treat you because of it takes a toll on you. But I feel like you've healed a lot about that since the past, and you've actually come to recognize a lot of benefits that you get from the influence your power has over other people. I think you now realize that you are very good at spreading the truth, and you are such a good conductor for the truth that it helps you communicate with other people. It helps you feel like you're helping other people and spreading the truth with them. And it's not just in small communities. Like, you feel like you have a far outreach. Like, you feel like a star in the sky that everyone can see your message. And I feel like that's helped you a lot with your self-esteem, is realizing how much that light is important and how much it helps people. And that's why it is so important that you are such a star and that you are in the spotlight all the time, because this is a light that sort of needs to be shown and acknowledged, and that everybody needs and wants to see. And that's why you are the spotlight. And you've come to acknowledge that, and instead start using it as a benefit for you to take advantage of, to spread the light even further, instead of how you felt trapped with it in the past, which is, again, you being able to turn this Eight of Swords around and make it your own energy. You're just a very powerful person. A lot of people respect you in this lifetime. Like, yeah, you're just a widely respected person because of what you do or the things you say. Like, maybe you advocate for truth in a certain way, where you helped people who felt trapped realize they can use their situation to their advantage to help them not feel trapped anymore, or to get out of that trap, feeling stuck. And it's not just a gradual change. Like, you might help make people feel like they can change now. Like, they can change now. They don't have to wait, like, oh, one of these days it'll happen. They're like, oh, I have the power to change it now and rebuild the foundation. And you genuinely inspire people to, like, completely destroy what they once thought was right, and rebuild their own ideas of themselves and what they believe in, and what they believe is keeping them stuck. So yeah, it's important for you to just accept your embodiment of this light, accept that, you know, any situation you're in, you're still the light, so it doesn't matter. You can always benefit from it because you're still the light. And the light, clarity, truth always brings inevitable change. It is inevitable, it will always come, and it always changes things. Like, it will change things. So I feel like you're just happily rooted in that. I feel like that kind of reassures you most of the time to, like, embody your magic further or feel more comfortable with your magic, because maybe your magic's just a little crazy or, like, impossible or something, and you just feel a little crazy about it. But then you remember, you know, you are a light being, you come from the light, and, like, translating that into a 3D body, to an earth body, is not going to be completely 100% translated. It's not going to be completely all there. And so you might feel a little incomplete in some parts of yourself, but that just need to be meditating on spiritual stuff so you can feel more connected. So those parts of this aren't in your body, is more in your soul. And so that can sort of help you fulfill those tiny things that you still don't feel satisfactory in life, even though you grow a lot in your career and your relationships. You bring a lot of light to those things. Yeah, like, you will have no problem progressing in life in terms of your career, your life path, your destiny, your relationships with people, your karmic cycles. Like, you will be very progressive in this life, and that's, like, just sort of the root of your magic, is being a source for the light, like pure light, so that you can enter any situation and know that it's okay because you are coming into it with this light, and knowing that you can change any situation because of the light. You can change it immediately to bring more light and balance to that situation, any situation. Hi, Pile 3. You chose this carnelian. This is gonna be a reading. Spirit, what is the essence of Pile 3's magic? What is the very base and root of Pile 3's magic? What is the very base that creates Pile 3's magic? Oh, we have 2 of Cups. We have the Sun in reversed. I just heard I'm switching it up. I'm going flip mode. Spirit, how does my Pile 3 go flip? How does my Pile 3, what is the root of their magic? Knight of Blades in reversed. So this pile is a bit of a mixed bag, a mixed bin. Some of you are little Hellions. Some of you are little, you like to do a little dark magic. For others of you, it's different. It's hard to say. I don't know. But I can say that your magic, basically you have a lot of options in terms of how you can use your magic, what your magic means to you, what it's for. Your magic can be very versatile, I guess you could say. Your magic isn't necessarily to bring any type of justice to the table or judgment or karma or anything. In fact, your magic can actually be a little bit chaotic sometimes, or I guess you could say chaotic neutral. You're not very evil or good in particular with this magic. It's just sort of like whatever. For some of you, your magic could include, for some of you, you're literally, I'm just gonna say like a succubus, incubus, whatever, like that's literally it. Or not even that, but for others of you, it might not be sexual energy, but you are love. Your magic is love, like getting people to love you, using love to your advantage. Like you're able to make people fall in love with you. Even people who wouldn't have been in love with you before. But for others of you, a huge essence of your magic is just not giving a fuck what other people think or say. You kind of just, you just don't give a fuck about other people's like realities. You're kind of off in your own reality, and part of your magic is being selfish, like literally looking out for just yourself. But it's almost in a bad bitch kind of way, like, why should I be helping other people? They can help themselves. You know? Like, I'm tired of helping other people. I'm doing my own thing. I'm not getting caught up in other people's business and other people's karma. With the High Priestess and the King of Disc here, you have a high stature in the for some of you it's in the material world, but definitely in the spiritual world. You have a high stature or status, or influence. And for a good bit of you, this is also in the material world, and this brings you a lot of wealth, riches, abundance. What's it called? You're able to focus on your priorities in life, what you want to get done. You also have a lot of resources, reliable resources in the material world, a lot of connections that you just happen upon. You're very good at establishing relationships with people, or establishing the boundaries of relationship with people. It's kind of your magic is like being able to get people to like you, even if you're not a succubus or a love magic person. Like, part of your magic is just getting people to like you. Like, you're charming. You're just charming. That's really all it is. You make pretty much anybody feel charmed or seen by you. And so pretty much anybody tends to have a crush on you or show affection or respect towards you because of this. For a lot of you, be a little mischievous, a little coy with your magic. Your magic, for a lot of you, is a shadow side thing, but it's kind of an inner child thing because you're so mischievous with it that you just like don't care about the consequences because you're just playing. And it's just this huge mischievous inner child energy coming from the root, the essence of your magic, of just, there's something almost playful about your magic and what you bring to the table, of like bringing this little bit of chaos. It's not the type of chaos that would hurt anybody, but just the kind that would like throw you off kilter and make you question things. It's a mischievous kind of chaos. Yeah, I can see you being the type of person who would like to play with the shadows. But you have a very intimidating presence, especially when you get all stoic and cold-faced, especially with your voice. It's like people get like, oh my god, okay, I'm sorry. Like, people get fucking crazy, or just like, as soon as your vibe switches up like that, they're like terrified. Even though they might not be showing it, their like heart skips a beat inside. Like, the essence of your power is just being able to like shock people with your words. Or like, you don't say much, pile 3, but when you do say something, it's exactly to the point. You're not going to be saying anything unnecessary. You're going to be using as few words as possible, and it still shakes people to their core. A huge part of your magic is being able to say things in a way that like makes people listen, makes people be like, wait a minute, I actually felt that. Like, wait, what? Oh my god, it's so dramatic. Like, your magic, the essence of your magic is being dramatic and silly. It's like, you're just being dramatic. You're like, oh really? You want to play? Like, you're just being dramatic, but people are actually taking you seriously. They're like, oh no, I didn't mean anything by it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but you could have a lot of material wealth or abundance or respect just because of, like, you're so honest with this mischievous. You're not trying to hide it and be like, oh no, I'm actually a good person, and I'm actually not that mischievous. Like, you're very open about your flaws, and you're still playful despite that. You still have this childishness about you, this youthfulness, no matter how old you are. I don't know, people just feel like they could respect you because of that honesty. They feel like they can trust you. I feel like the essence of your magic is just like realness, like being a real one, being a real person that people just respect. That's why you're so charming. That's why you're so openly mischievous with your inner child. That's why you can be so stoic and dramatic even though you're just being playful, but and then you actually scare people. It's like, you're a real person. And people just get strongly affected by your energy. That's why you have so much material influence and spiritual influence, definitely. Like, woo! People go crazy over your energy. The universe goes crazy over your energy. It's just like a party. I'm hearing fiesta. Like, people just want to like party with you. You feel like someone who'd be cool to party with. Maybe that's just like a huge part of your magic, is just like, this person's dramatic, this person's funny, I want to party with this person before I die. I want to hang out with this person before I die. Like, that's the kind of respect people have for you in the material world. And it's just like, they just see you as a real person, someone they could chill with, someone they could like understand on a deep level, because you are so real and honest about your flaws. And you have that mischievousness about you that you're so open about, that makes people so charmed by you. Like, you got a lot of admirers with this Two of Cups. A lot of people like you. They like you. They be liking you. People get a crush on you almost immediately because it's just charming vibe you have. You're always willing to like bring a cup up. You're always willing to mirror with someone, always willing to like have the back and forth conversation with someone, make them feel charmed, make them like have their day slightly better. You're just always bringing that to the table. You have like that nice like vibe of just like, oh yeah, we're having a conversation. We're all just people here, you know, we're all just humans, so it's whatever. Like, people just feel real. People feel like, it's like when people are surrounded by fake friends, fake whoever, fakeness, and then they see you, pile 3, it's like a breath of fresh air. They're like, oh, yes, this person gets it. And then the High Priestess. Maybe a lot of you don't accept it much about yourselves, but you have like this strong divine feminine energy about you of just like all-knowingness. Like, a huge essence of your magic is intuitively knowing things and just seeing all timelines, seeing all possibilities before you. You're just a very wise person. It's like you've lived many lifetimes just in this one life. And you sit in serenity with that wisdom and peace. You give out the vibes and the aura of peace and serenity, because you know there's nothing more to do. Like, a huge part of your magic is just letting things come as they may and leave as they go, because you have accepted the state of the world. You're a resilient person with your magic. You have accepted that other people's wrongdoings are their own, other people's karma is their own, and you've accepted that you can choose serenity and peace for yourself, and that can be just yours, nobody else's. And it's like, you don't need some perfect reason to do that. You don't need to believe in God or like have absolute knowledge and proof of whatever. You just believe. You have faith, and that's like the essence of your magic, is that ability to believe and know something, even though you shouldn't know logically. You just know, and you believe that. So you believe in that knowledge. So yeah, this reading was a lot shorter than the other two. I guess I'll just do like a quick wrap up. Wrapping up Pal 3's reading. What is the essence of their magic? What is the essence of their magic? Ace of Wands. So whether or not you're a succubus, you could, you can use your sexual powers for fucking anything. Like, whatever your magic is, if you channel it into your sexuality and your sexual life, or even just your creative life, like the things you're passionate about, oh my god, you're gonna go the whole mile. You're gonna go the whole extra mile. You're gonna do all that in a bag of chips. Like, it's gonna go above and beyond. So sexual magic, sexual energy is a huge part of the essence of your magic. And if you have someone you feel particularly sexually towards, you have a particular sexual passion, that is a huge fuel for your magic. And I don't know why. It's actually a very curious thing, but don't be afraid to use that as a fuel for your magic, because it's like rocket fuel. It really fuels it. But yeah, it's hard to explain this magic in just one way. It's sort of, there's a variety of things you can do with this magic. There's a variety to it. So I hope some of those messages resonated for you, Pal 3. If you resonate with one of the other pals, you might want to look at that one too.